Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 237. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Too Fresh Crash. Crash, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a little tired right now.
A little tired, yeah. You can hear it in your voice, definitely. You've definitely just woken up out your bed, didn't you? You rolled out, he's like, gotta do this podcast. I guess I'll do it. That's it, right?
That's absolutely it.
I assumed. Well, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast here on youtube.com/myxboxandme. You can get it early over on patreon.com/mcfixer and all podcast services around, well, on the internet. Subscribe to the YouTube channels, like I said, and make sure you rate us on iTunes. Crash, topic of the show this week. It happened just after we sort of finished last week. It come out Thursday. The day before the show was meant to be out. And I was like, do we record another episode? And I was like, no, it's fine. We'll record this episode. I'll put it out early. And then we'll do our reactions and blah, 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 blah. But for those who do not know, Microsoft is going to show its first glimpse of Xbox Series X gameplay this week. Microsoft will be offering a first glimpse at gameplay on its next-gen Xbox Series X console next week during its May 7th Inside Xbox Showcase. And a tweet earlier, the official Xbox account announced that the upcoming event would feature gameplay from, quote, global developer partners, end quote, on the Xbox Series X. Xbox Games Marketing General Manager Aaron Greenberg, cough cough, follows me on Instagram and Twitter, added in a separate tweet that initial internal Xbox Game Studios had plans for this summer, indicating that this showcase will likely be focused on third-party developers. At least one of those third parties has already been confirmed, with Ubisoft announcing that it would showcase the first Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer during Inside Xbox, following its cinematic reveal earlier today, which was last week. It's also been shared that Microsoft's first-party titles will be cross-compatible between Xbox One X and Xbox Series X, as will certain third-party titles, including Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Crash. Obviously, a lot to break down there. I think we'll start with Assassin's Creed, shall we? So, We both did our reactions on our Twitch channels, twitch.tv/mcfixer and twitch.tv/Kreshnik. I've got it now. I'm in my bag. I'm in my bag.
I was ready to correct you.
Nope.
I was like, I can't even blame him if he messes.
No. I know it now because I was writing it out the other day. And I'm one of those people. I've learned how. It took me 27 years on this earth, right, to learn my learning pattern. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, like some people can just read books and then they just take in the information. Like, that's not me. Like, that is not me. I've learned if I write something out via keyboard, not through a piece of paper and pen. Yeah, thank you. I was getting lost on that part. If I write it out, I can get it. And now I was doing the Let's Plays that we put up. I was putting your Twitter and your Twitch in the bio, and I was like, okay, Twitter, and I wasn't looking. I was like, Twitter at Kreshnik Plays, Twitch.tv/Kreshnik, and I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, you know what it is that's messed me up this whole time? It's because you don't really like to be called Kreshnik. Like, with me, at least. I'm not saying, maybe not across the board, but like, with me, you don't really like it. It's like Crash, right? But you kind of have no choice anymore because that's your branding. So not that I'm not going to call you Crash, but if we were at a business meeting and like, I'm like, yeah, this is my boy Kreshnik. Like, you got that, it's got to go like that because you need people to find you. See, I'm out of there. But I figured it out, so don't worry. I'm on it. Long transition. We both did our reactions to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. First of all, what did you think of the cinematic trailer?
I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah,
like it was really, really good. It just like cemented the fact that I think Assassin's Creed probably has some of the best cinematic trailers for their games.
Yeah, it's definitely up there, right?
Yeah. I can't think of... Odyssey didn't have one.
Not
but
that I
can't
remember.
think of one that had one that it wasn't good.
Yeah, I get that.
Maybe Syndicate. I don't remember Syndicates being amazing, but I think Syndicates was in-game. It wasn't even like CGI.
Yeah, it's that hard. It's hard, isn't it? It's I don't know. I don't remember Syndicates. I don't remember. Syndicate was in London, right?
Yeah.
So I don't remember Syndicate. I don't remember any of them, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, because I wasn't into those games. Not being into
Right.
Assassin's Creed at that time makes it that much harder for me to remember it. So I remember Unity. I don't remember it having a cinematic, but I remember like its gameplay reveal at E3.
It did have a cinematic.
Yeah, it probably did. I don't remember. But this one was very good. I felt like it set the tone perfectly for what Valhalla, is. It's not Ragnarok the way we all assumed it was going to be. It sets up its characters, it sets up its world, it sets up what you're going to be doing. So much more information's come out about it since. We're like, there's hunting, there's Viking rap battles, there's just loads, and we'll go through it in a little bit. But I was just super blown away, super blown away by what I saw, and the fact that we're going to see gameplay so quickly afterwards. We're not got to wait till next month, which would have been normal E3 time. Is even more exciting.
Yeah, I wonder if stuff was going the way it normally does.
Yeah,
if they would have held off on first showing the game until next month.
No, I feel like we still would have got. I feel like we still would have got the cinematic. I feel like that still would have happened, and then I feel like they might have done everything the same. The art with the cinematic, and then the trailer would have ended with Seymour at Ubisoft's.
Got it.
Press conference at E3, I feel like, but maybe not, because Xbox have the third party marketing for this one, so who knows?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a strange one, right? It's
everything every studio does right now is gonna be like, I wonder if they would have done it differently.
Well, I think we're seeing that with this press conference that we're getting in literally 2 days, which I'm so excited about, by the way.
Yeah.
It's third party only. Like, they've come out and said it's been confirmed that it is a third party Xbox Series X gameplay showing. Like, you're not gonna get Halo here. You're not gonna get Hellblade. You're not gonna get any of that. This is strictly from what they've said and what's been confirmed out there. Unless they do like a one more thing, which I don't think they will. That is, you're getting brand new third party titles showing off what the Series X can do.
Yeah.
Go on.
Do you think that they'll show Minecraft Dungeons at all? Because it's not technically a third
party.
No,
I don't think so. I think that's
they're
going to hold that,
even
for
though that
first
comes
party.
out at the end of the month. Because that'll have already been out by the time they do the first party one. Is the only way I'm thinking it. And Microsoft doesn't really treat Minecraft as a first party game, even though it very much so is, right?
It is now, yeah. No, I still don't think so.
Okay.
I feel they've been very deliberate in its wording, especially with like if we go through, it's like with Aaron Greenberg's tweet saying about like it's with their third party partners. I feel like this is them. Obviously, Phil come out a while ago and spoke about how he doesn't want to do third party deals and blah 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 blah. I feel like that's something he's had to backtrack because they lost so much mindshare in the last generation, and we're seeing it already. Assassin's Creed. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some other big third parties that they sign marketing deals with, whether it be trying to get FIFA back, or trying to get Call of Duty back, or partnering with Battlefield, which again I don't think is the right move, but it's still a game that sells a lot and makes sense. It appeals to a different audience. So yeah, I'm not sure about Minecraft. I'm really not sure. But this conference, we'll start there. I said we should do some predictions. I've got a couple. Have you got any?
Yeah.
All right. So you think you're gonna beat me? I got a couple off the cuff ones. I'm not gonna lie. That I don't expect.
In terms of what ends up happening.
In who's gonna get the most points? Out of 5, how many are you gonna get right?
Oh man, I don't think I'm getting any right.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'll
get like 1 or 2.
I think I might get 2 right out of my 5.
Because the thing is, like, when it's just like a third party, there's like so much to guess. When it's like a Microsoft event,
we know the studios, you know everything else. You don't know
but,
with this.
Yeah, who knows if like EA's doing their own thing later? Who knows if EA wants to show something off here as well?
Yeah,
or Ubisoft wants to show off more than just Assassin's Creed and start hyping up their own event, which they had said they're going to do, but we haven't heard anything about. As of yet. So who knows? Really,
let's start anyway. My first prediction for this showcase. Curtain comes down, or whatever it is, however it goes, whatever in style, we see the Konami logo pop up.
Ooh.
Silent
Okay.
Hill is back, baby.
Okay.
New Silent Hill game. I don't think it'll be exclusive. But I feel like there was rumors a long time ago that Xbox were trying to buy the Silent Hill IP, if you remember rightly.
Mhm.
Maybe someone got that part wrong. It's just the fact they're working with them on a third-party licensing. Obviously,
Yeah.
we didn't get PT over here on Xbox the way when that was humongous. Maybe Xbox have been like, wow, look at the fanfare for this. Look at how well Resident Evil's doing. Let's help Konami with whatever they need. They're not in the best track record at the moment because of the whole Kojima stuff. But
Yeah.
people are quick to forget all that when a game series comes out that they care about, especially if it looks good.
That's very true.
So
Yep.
if they have the resources, they're willing to put the money behind it. They take the third party licensing deal with this. Boom, easy one.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that's partly, honestly, that's partly me wanting that
Yeah.
more than I think it's actually going to happen because Konami come out and said that the two rumored games they were working on are not true. They're doing something, but that is not true. So we're probably looking at pachinko machines, if we're being honest.
Right. I feel like if it was Silent Hill, it might be a little bit too early to show it.
Yeah, but this is to get us excited, Chris, for that next gen, baby.
I understand.
This is a
I get
next gen system reveal, gameplay, look. Come on, get hyped.
I get it. I understand. Do you think any third parties come out as being bought by Microsoft?
No,
Not big third
no.
parties, obviously.
I don't think
So
it's
this
that
won't
type of.
focus on bought studios at all.
No,
Okay.
I don't think.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I generally expect this to be about the games, like because I was thinking about they'll show new hardware which is in partnership with, and I thought the way this is being marketed, the way it's worded, is very deliberate.
game-focused.
Very deliberate. We're showing third party games.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Honestly, like if you the middle ground people, this is where you get them. You know, when they have their normal conference, like
Yeah.
they have to show everything because it's one conference.
Mhm.
But this way, you can get all the middle ground people. All the people who are excited for Assassin's Creed, the next thing EA is working on, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense for you to bore them with hardware. Not that hardware is necessarily boring, but they don't come for the hardware.
No.
You save that for the Microsoft event where Microsoft fans are going to be watching. And they're like, "What will my new Xbox do?"
What will it do? What new headset can I buy? What keyboard can I connect to this thing? Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I agree with you. I just think it's very deliberate with like third party partners. I feel like every single game we're gonna see is the games they are partnering with early on in this gen. So Assassin's Creed.
So you think it'll be all marketing deals for every game shown? They'll have marketing deals for.
I don't know. I don't know if every, but I feel like a lot of them, yes. The big ones. So something like a Silent Hill, I definitely think if they've got Silent Hill to be shown here, they have the
It'll be a
marketing with
marketing
it.
deal.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't think it'll be everyone.
No.
I think like for Microsoft, they're like it's being shown on our platform first. That is a win for us.
Yeah.
Whether we get that marketing deal or not, which obviously that would mean nobody probably has that marketing deal if Microsoft doesn't have it and they're showing it here.
So my brother rang me the other day, funny enough, and he was like, I just watched your Assassin's Creed reaction. Is that only coming to Xbox then? And I was like, no. It'd be on PlayStation as well. And he was like, what? But it said Xbox Series X. And I'm like, yeah, it's just marketing, dude. And he's like,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, oh, yes. I'm definitely... And my brother's, don't get me wrong, he's not like the smartest cookie, but he's not dumb. He understands video games enough. And I'm like, wow, they got you with that. And if you're going to get someone with limited knowledge and like not... Imagine the amount of people that the mums and dads, the grandmas, that they're going to get.
Have absolutely no clue.
Yeah. So I was just
I
like,
mean,
wow.
if you think about the Destiny trailers, 'cause I remember when Destiny came out, this was really big where it was like people thought it was an exclusive even though it wasn't.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, what's your number one, Krish?
Harry Potter game is shown.
No, don't do this to me, Crash. No way.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me. Oh my god, I'll be so hyped.
Yeah, because if they were going to
I never
show
thought of that. That didn't even pop in my head, you know?
Yeah, Harry Potter game. I think I don't know if it'll be shown. I'm more hopeful that it'll be shown.
Yeah.
It'll either be shown here if it's gonna be shown, or in whatever Jeff Keighley's doing.
Yeah, which we'll get to later on, but yeah.
Yeah, so I really want it to be shown here. I really want to see the game. It'll be gameplay if we do see it. I imagine we're seeing gameplay for everything we see today.
You got me so
That's
happy.
very hype. Just imagine it opens up with the Harry Potter theme music.
Do, 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 do,
Yeah.
do, do. And then a mobile game pops up. You're like, no!
Come to your Xbox Series X.
That would be dope, dude. And I could
Yeah.
totally see it. Warner Brothers was rumored to be doing their own showcase. Obviously, that's not going to be happening now. This is perfect. Obviously, you've got this, you've got the IGN thing, you've got Jeff Keighley's thing, there's plenty to go around to show games at, right? But I think, that could definitely happen. That could definitely happen. Well, interesting that you say that. My second one is we will see the first set of gameplay from the Lord of the Rings Gollum game. We're talking about it a bit later in news, but there's new screenshots that have just came out for it. I think it's a pretty easy slam dunk. It's like pre-hype before we actually see gameplay for it at this Xbox conference. It's big enough, it's Monolith, it's big enough that it's worth showing to people, but it's not too big that I don't think it would be like held for something else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it'd
obviously
be something they're willing to show here.
I might be wrong, but did Xbox not? They marketed heavily on Shadow of Mordor, the first one.
Yeah, I don't remember Shadow of War, but Shadow of Mordor.
They had it earlier and stuff. So I feel like it's just they already got that working relationship with Monolith probably on WB. So it's like, hey, we're doing this show, we're showing off third parties, want to show that new Lord of the Rings game, and they're like, hell yeah, why not?
Yeah. That's actually on my list as well.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a very easy one.
Yeah.
And I that was before even the news came out that the screenshots and whatever came out of the game. Yeah.
Fair enough. Number 2 for you.
League of Legends for console.
Oh, is that wishful thinking?
That's a little wishful thinking, but I do think that they have to show it at some point, and this would be a pretty decent spot for them to show it. Because they had announced League of Legends coming to console and mobile a little while ago. Whenever Riot had their event, they showed off fighting game, that a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I think this would be probably the most ideal spot. Would be they want it to be on a platform's stage, right?
Yeah.
Not a real stage this time. But...
No disrespect, but it's not even disrespect. I don't know why I said that. It's the biggest game, one of the biggest games in the world. It's not something that's in my psyche, or maybe a lot of people's listening to this, but it is big. And when that gets to console, it's going to get even bigger, which is
absolutely
crazy.
Yeah. So I think if they were to show it off this year, this would be the place to show it off as opposed to any of the other platforms. Because those will all be like, there'll be PC stuff. It'll be all mixed messaging. Here, it's very much so. It is console.
Yeah,
it's
on the nose. You understand what you're getting. We are bringing this game to console. That makes sense. My next one, I'll go with this. Capcom obviously have a working relation with Xbox. They have done for a long, long time, especially on the launch of consoles. Dead Rising 1, Dead Rising 3, Dead Rising... No, just those two were launch titles for the Xbox consoles, being the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. I don't think it stops. I think we're getting a brand new Dead Rising game, rebooted from the ground up. It's done. It's darker in tone. So its tone's going to be... like a Dead Rising 3 was quite darkish. Like that sort of tone. Yeah. Again, but built up. But it's going to add the silliness into its weapons and its arsenal again. Not... Okay. With Dead Rising 3, the problem was that you could combine on the go. That was fine. But it was all very realistic weapons, right? It was like a sledgehammer with a chainsaw. It was very... It took away the fun of Dead Rising in a way. Because it was a bit more darker, realistic. That sounds stupid coming from putting a sledgehammer and a chainsaw together, but you understand what I mean. It was real tools being put together. It wasn't drink this fruit punch and then you can breathe fire. I feel like they're gonna go with the dark tone of Dead Rising 3, but the silliness of Dead Rising 2, and mesh them together and go, this is our new Dead Rising, and it's launching on Xbox Series X.
You sure? What I think they're gonna do is actually just remake Dead Rising 4, because
here's hoping.
Remake the best game.
The best game, right? God damn it. I bought the DLC for that game, it was trash.
I know.
It hurt. That was one of the DLCs that hurt. It's like, you want the real ending? Yeah, sure, why not? Play it. Oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah, that's so, man. Yeah.
Terrible. Frank West, seeing how he goes out. No good. Not good. But yeah, that's my number 3.
I have another Ubisoft title to be shown
Yeah,
there, and it'll sort of lead to a tease for their own event.
that that
See more on whatever date.
that makes perfect sense. You've got so many options: Watchdog Legions, Gods and Monsters,
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Quarantine.
What would
else?
actually be kind of hype would be Splinter Cell. If they are making a Splinter Cell, show it on Microsoft where the game originally.
See, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you, but I feel like they need some hype at their show, where like
So they'll save that.
they'll save that for a moment for them.
Yeah.
Do you know
No,
that-
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. If they are working on new Splinter Cell, which I don't think they are, but which they definitely could be. They keep hinting at it with Ghost Recon, adding Sam Fisher in that and stuff like that. But I feel like that's something they need to hold for themselves. They need to be like, hey, this is our franchise, and you need to come and see us to see it.
Unless they're working on both a Splinter Cell and a Prince of Persia game.
That would be hype.
They show Splinter Cell here, and they're like, "You guys have nothing else to be hyped for, right?" And then they show.
I feel like they would do it the other way around, though. If I'm being honest, yeah.
I don't think so, because I think more people expect the Splinter Cell game to come out. So for a game to pop up at their event that would be hyper, I think it would be the Prince of Persia one.
That makes sense.
It'd be so out of left field.
So, not one of my predictions, but the other options you have for it. So, like I said, I went through Quarantine, Gods and Monsters. You could have Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to, but you could.
I don't think you're getting that game again until it's like ready to come out.
I think
they have the news program, whatever. They send you like all news. They send you like models and stuff like that they're working on. So I don't think you'll see that again until it's like it is coming out this year.
Yeah,
and I don't think it is coming out this year.
I agree. I think the most likely one's probably Watchdog Legions. It got delayed till that weird window, which was like this year, but partly next year as well. So yeah, I'd love it.
That's also been seen enough that it's like they're not taking anything away from us from them. And seeing that on Series X, it'll be a good push for like, oh, and this will transfer over to the Xbox Series X if you buy it from the Xbox One X.
They're gonna do the smart delivery thing again. I feel like you're 100% right there, where it'll be, hey, the announcement isn't the game. The announcement is the fact of buy this on Xbox One, you get it on Xbox Series X with smart delivery. That's the announcement. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. But your prediction is actually not a game. It's just one title from Ubisoft.
A title, yeah.
Not including Assassin's Creed.
What?
Not including Assassin's Creed.
So it
that's
can't
confirmed.
Be Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's confirmed.
Something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's such a boring one.
I gotta get some points.
I respect it.
I'll wait till you hear my next one.
God.
I told you I'm trying to get 2 points.
My next one is probably a simple one as well, but I don't know if it's true because we know so much. But I think there's going to be at least 4 new third-party IPs revealed at this show.
Okay. So new IPs, you don't mean like new entries into franchises, you mean like brand new IPs.
No, I mean brand new IPs, yeah. 4 brand new titles that we've never heard of. Oh,
okay.
That's so hot. That we've never heard of in the West. Because, like, I would count something like Crossfire, which I know we know what that is now, so I'm not counting that, but I had never heard of that game before. So, to me, it's a new IP.
So even like something that hits harder in the Asian market
if we've never heard, if we come back and I say to you, did you hear of that game before? That counts. Like, don't get me wrong. If it's something else and it's like, well, I've heard of it, but you haven't, blah 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 blah. I'm fine with losing there. But you had never heard of Crossfire.
No.
So do you know what I mean? To us, it was like, this is the biggest game in the Asian market, and we're like, what? And again, same thing with that.
Come out.
Same thing with that go-karting game. The drift go is like, no, I've never heard this before in my life. In my head, that's new. It's new to us.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get that. Maybe.
I agree with you. I actually think like that's actually, now I'm talking about, that's a lot. 4 is a lot.
Yeah. But you're just saying new IP, so it doesn't even have to be something. You're not saying something particularly from Asian
I'm not saying triple market. I'm not even saying
IPs.
AAA. I'm not saying it's going to be AAA. I'm just saying 4 new IPs. It could be in a sizzle reel.
They're going to do 4 indie games in a sizzle reel, and you're like,
boom, point. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. That's my 4th.
Okay. 5 5 new IPs. No, 5 new games. 5 new games to Game Pass.
I like it. I hope so. I hope so. I've got a feeling they're going to stay away from the usual.
You think they'll stay away from Game Pass?
Maybe I'm going with different expectations, but I do have a feeling they're just going to treat this very differently than they would a normal one.
So my thing is, like, I think what they're going to do at this, because it is so third-party focused, is sort of lean into, like, we are getting third-party support for Game Pass. So if you are someone who's been interested in Game Pass and want to invest in it, in one of our consoles to play Game Pass, third-party games will be on there as well. You will be saving money in that area as well.
Yeah. That makes sense. And last but not least, for me, see, I'm stuck between 2 games. I'm going to tell you which one. Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay.
And Dying Light 2. Now,
Okay.
Dying Light 2 we know is delayed. Hence why I feel like they may want to show something to keep it in the zeitgeist, keep people thinking about it, keep it on people's minds. But Cyberpunk. Do you host a show with your biggest third-party partner and not show their game?
The Cyberpunk want to show their game there.
That's the other thing, but they've already confirmed they're going to be at IGN's Summer in the City or whatever it's bloody called. And then why would they be there but not at I don't know. I'm gonna go with Cyberpunk. Okay. It's safe, it's a bit boring, but we will see more Cyberpunk. Probably the mission that I've already seen, because you guys haven't seen that yet. So that would be quite easy for them to show. Which is like, it's the same mission played from 2 different perspectives, yada, yada, yada. They could cut it down into like, my demo was like 45 minutes.
They did before, yeah.
Exactly, like I did before. I just think we're seeing more of that.
Okay. I just want to point out that 3 of the 5 games, you didn't end up going with Dying Light, but 3 of the 5 games were all zombie games. I think you have a problem.
I like zombies. Wait, what else is zombies? Silent Hill's not zombies.
Silent Hill, is it not?
I don't know. I don't believe Silent Hill is zombies.
It's monsters.
It's
monsters.
Wow. Okay. What? So now monsters are just like, damn, disrespecting the zombie market.
Zombies. If I see a monster, you're a zombie. They can fight me over it. They're a monster. At that point, I'm dead anyway.
True. I hear you. All right. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. What's your 5th one?
My 5th one was the Lord of the Rings one.
You can't use that. You gotta make one up.
I don't have it.
You gotta make one up. You gotta make one up. You gotta make it up on the spot.
Minecraft.
Perfect. That's an easy point for me. I'll take it. You ain't seen no Minecraft.
You want to bet?
Yeah, I want to bet.
Okay,
this is the bet. This is the bet of the prediction.
Nah.
You're as bad as Michael Jordan. I've been watching The Last Dance. That guy bets on anything that is competition he bets on. Wow, it's mad.
Respect. How do you think you get that good?
How do you think you get that good and that rich? Yeah, I hear you. Well, that is it for our predictions, Crash. A few are safe ones, a few couple out there. We will find out in literally 2 days' time. Again, you can watch our reaction. I assume you'll be streaming it, twitch.tv/Kreshnik. I'll be streaming it, twitch.tv/MCFixer. As it goes live, we will be live watching it with you guys. We will come back. We'll do a special My Xbox and Me episode for it, I'm sure, afterwards. If we can figure out how to get us to watch it at the same time in the same screen, we will, but no promises. Sorry, My Xbox and Me channel. Unfortunately... We can't take those risks anymore. We've been there. We've done that. I've been walked away. I've walked away crying too many times. All right. What was it? What was it you screamed about? I was like, I can't remember what it was. Mega Man. It was Mega Man.
It was Mega Man and Smash, I think.
No, it wasn't Smash. It was a Ubisoft. It was
Mega Man and something.
Not Ubisoft. Can't have been.
Capcom. It might have been Mega Man and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
But that's Nintendo again.
No, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was on Xbox.
Oh, you're right. It was.
Yeah.
Huh.
It could have been that. It was something to do with Mega Man. I remember that very vividly. So it was either Smash, and I don't think it was Smash.
I don't think it was Smash. You're right.
But it was either Smash or it was Marvel vs. Capcom.
Must have been Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Chris, let's jump into what's been in our box. What have you been playing?
I've been playing more of that Gears Tactics.
Oh, Gears Tactics. How you getting on?
Yeah. I'm on chapter 8 of Act 2.
Got ya. Yep.
Um, I have opinions.
Okay, then talk. Let's do it.
I think I want to save my opinions until I beat the game. So
Okay.
next week, because I have opinions that I don't know if they'll change by the time I get to the end of the game.
Well, what? So, but you can change it. We can see the progression.
Okay. If you want to,
I do want to. Go on.
I don't like the fact that you have characters that can't die. I know we talked about it last week.
Okay.
I know we went over like the whole, somebody dying for the cause and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The game it doesn't feel impactful enough, because the game doesn't even when a character does die, you don't get a in memoriam page because you don't know who's died. They don't give you any count on how many people have died. It feels like the addition of non-main cast characters was sort of added after the fact, and it wasn't sort of like this idea that they had going through the whole thing.
Really? Because it's very on the nose of like you're building this army to take down who you're taking down.
Yeah, but nothing gameplay wise ever is indicative of that. Because you could have the main cast of characters and you'd fill out 3 of the 5 classes.
Yeah.
All you have to do is add 2 more characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that lack of constant threat is just sort of, because like sometimes they're like, okay, you have to take all 3 of the main characters.
Yeah.
And if one of them dies, it's like, okay, you have to restart.
Yeah.
I don't think it adds to the game. And there's also this lack of resource management outside of the gameplay.
Okay.
Whereas when you want to get weapons, you have to get it from a crate or you have to get it as a reward from a mission.
Yep.
Where I feel like what would be, I like the whole rarity thing, and I do think that works for mission rewards, but there's missions where you're going through and you're getting bombed from behind and you're going to collect resources.
Yep.
I don't like the fact that I'm getting loot from that. I'd rather get resources that I could use to either recruit specific classes that I want or buy certain gear or upgrade certain armor.
Okay.
Where I don't feel like there's enough, my decisions are impactful enough, where it feels like it's sort of linear, which is what they're going for.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I don't think it works with the story they're telling. Like maybe the story picks up in the last act. I don't know if it does. But with the stories, like the stories are relevant. I don't really care for the story. I don't care for any of the characters.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
I had the same feeling you're having with the story I had early on. So my first act, the whole first act, I was like, I don't really care about these characters. Like there's no reason to care about any, especially I feel like that Gabe and Sid. I feel like it's just like, okay, you're there. I'm on this journey with you. Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know where you. I can't remember what act is what. So I don't know what has just happened in your story. Can you allude to what's just happened in your story?
We stole a vehicle.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bear with it. Bear with it. Yeah. Okay. Like.
So.
I had more fun with it clearly than you are having in its story. Because beyond Act 1, I was like, I like this. I like where it's going. I like the story. I agree with you to a certain point with the characters, but I kind of understood it because I'm telling a story. It's their story that I'm going through. Yeah, so it wouldn't make sense for me to always be going on missions with just recruits. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Right. No, that absolutely makes sense. But I feel like the sacrifice they're making there for telling that story isn't necessarily worth it to me. I'm sure a bunch of people like it, and no problem with that. Just for me personally, is that the story seems irrelevant and the characters are irrelevant. Like, I don't even like that this game has Gabe. Like, if Gabe has anything to do with the next Gears of War, I already don't care about Gabe.
Bear with it.
Okay.
Bear with it. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to anything like that. I think it's a story worth being told in the Gears universe. It's not a mainline game, and I think that's very important to remember. It's not a mainline game.
Absolutely.
But the little things that I picked up on in the story, I thought were worth it as a whole. So
okay, that's fair. We'll see. Update next week.
Anything else you've been planning?
Streets of Rage 4.
We beat Streets of Rage 4, baby, in one
Yes, we
whole
did.
sitting.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I liked it. I thought it was really good. The music was really
Fantastic.
good.
Fantastic. The music is fantastic
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It was super respectful to the original game
Yep.
without changing too much, which I think they did on purpose. I
Yeah.
don't think they wanted to shake anything up. I think they were like, we're gonna keep it as same as the old with a little bit of quality of life stuff. Like when you use your special, you lose health
Yeah.
still, but that health is regainable. Kind of like Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Bloodborne was the first game to do something like that, right? That I can think of.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't play enough Bloodborne to even like tell you that.
I think Bloodborne was the first, where you could get health back for dealing damage. That gave you this sort of incentive to be aggressive.
It might have been the first to actually do it well. I'm sure other games did do it, but it might be the first one to do it well. I feel like you're right. Streets of Rage does a great job with that, which is that it's got that risk reward factor in it without changing its gameplay. You're right. It sticks very, very close to Streets of Rage 2, which was the most popular Streets of Rage game. Its story is nonsensical. No one cares. It's trying to be like, hey, you remember that person? It's like, no, we don't. We don't. And
I don't know if it really tries.
Well,
it's like you get the kangaroo there. I think what it goes for is nostalgia, which I think it does well. I don't think it ever tries to like tell a good story. I don't think that was their goal.
What I mean is like, it's like the twins. It's like, you know who these are, right? And they're like, no, we don't. Like, don't worry about telling us that. Just let me beat them up, all right? Don't worry about that.
Which they do a pretty good job of. There's some cutscenes without any dialogue at all.
How dare they? Am I right? My voice acting was on point. If you're not watching our Let's Plays of Streets of Rage, you can watch it on youtube.com/myxboxandme. Myself and Crash play through the whole game, so they'll be up. They're going up like one every day. I'm trying to, but I'm a little bit behind with the editing. But yeah, I loved it personally. I'm so happy that the art style worked out in the end. It doesn't change what I loved about Streets of Rage, which is it's a fantastic side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's fun, it's quick, it's respectable, and like you said, it's nostalgia filled. So it's everything that I wanted. Seeing old characters that you're like, oh, it's you, and oh, it's you. It's like, oh, cool, nice. Yeah.
At first, I was kind of like thrown off by the $25 price point because it is only like 4 hours.
Yeah, there's more to it though. Yeah,
you get a lot there because you get the battle mode. You can redo the story mode. You can do it in classic mode with limited lives.
Yep.
And the more you play the game, the more points you get to unlock the classic characters.
Harder difficulties.
If you're like, oh, I really like Streets of Rage 1 and you want to play as Streets of Rage 1 Axel, you can. You can unlock him. Or if you prefer Streets of Rage 2 or 3 Axel, you can unlock those as well.
Yeah.
And they each play like the respective version. So it's not even a reskin, it is the original version of the character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dope. A part of me's like, should I go back and play it? A part of me's like, oh, I've got too much to play, that I don't have time. A part of me's like, I'm just gonna play Fortnite. So I'm happy that I beat it. I'm very happy that I beat it. I do think it's a solid game. Definitely in my top 10 for the year so far. But I don't see me going back and wanting to like S rank every mission and stuff like that. But it's there. I'm glad it's there. I'm on Game Pass as well. If you're gonna play it and you have an Xbox, obviously, if you listen to this, you probably do. Game Pass, don't buy it. Not that I don't think you should buy it for its price point, because I think it's worth it. But if you want to save yourself a couple of bucks, Game Pass is there for you. So there you go. Anything else?
Nope.
No,
that is it.
I've not really played much this week, I'll be honest with you. That's literally it. Streets of Rage. What else have I played? I'm doing Ring Fit Adventure at the moment, and that's knocking it out of me every single morning. So I'm not playing as many games as I usually would, and then I'm trying to eat a bit better. You know, when you try and have a different lifestyle, it actually takes a lot of time out of your day. Where like, I'm working out, so then once I've worked out, I need to shower. And then once I showered, I need to go make breakfast because I've burnt off calories, so I'm hungry more. I'm more hungry than I usually would be. And it's then like preparing food that's actually good for me and not just frying something in the microwave, or it's like, life.
Yeah.
Life. But yeah, so that's all I played this week, unfortunately. But we got more games out next week, so I'll be looking forward to that. Let's get into Fixer's Sack. We've got one question this week, which is, what other games would you like to see Capcom do a remake for other than Resident Evil? Cough, cough, Dino Crisis, please, from Mr. Moody. I think for me, I think mine's obvious as Dead Rising. I think that would be the one I would want a remake for. Not the Dino Crisis. I think Dino Crisis is obvious, right? It's but again, Dino Crisis is such a strange one because Dino Crisis didn't sell crazy. People who played it loved it, but I don't see it moving the barrier the way Resident Evil 2 did, and that's what they should be aiming for with the next remake. It should be moving. It should be moving the needle, moving the barrier, getting people to talk about them again. Like, I don't actually want Capcom to do more remakes.
Yeah, I
other
feel
than
like
Resident Evil. Other than Resident
a remake
Evil.
has to make sense for the series. Like with Resident Evil, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
With Dino Crisis, it is. Even if they start remaking it, now they're double treading into a similar gameplay, right?
Yeah,
because that would probably play similar to the Resident Evil games.
100%.
And it's like, do they want to do that? Probably not. Maybe once they're done remaking the Resident Evil games, they're like, what can we do next? You guys are good at this type of gameplay. Let's just go and do Dino Crisis, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, if I'd want Capcom to remake anything. I'd say I have had you asked me before Devil May Cry, the new Devil May Cry came out, I would have said Devil May Cry. But we are getting good sequels to those games. Like I'd be down for them to do Devil May Cry, but I don't think they need to.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like
No.
I really want them to. It's like cool if they do, cool if they don't type of situation.
Yeah, I don't want them to. I don't want Capcom to become a remake factory.
Yeah. I think like remake has to make sense for the franchise. And there has to be a reason to, right? Like I had a conversation with Ben about this, about like remaking old games and stuff like that. And the only franchise that I could see that I'd want it to happen to would be Assassin's Creed, because it would make sense with the old games being more stealthy and more linear, and then you have the newer open world games, right? So that's the only way that I'd make sense for having two sort of streamlines of games, and I don't think a lot of companies could also like handle that as well, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would rather see Capcom do new stuff, honestly, than doing remakes. Obviously, Resident Evil is different for me because they're actually fixing the timeline, and they're like, we don't need that in Dino Crisis. Like, no one's out there clamoring for, no disrespect to Dino Crisis fans, no one's out there clamoring for a Dino Crisis story and like stuff like that.
I also think Dino Crisis is one of the ones where there'll be a large minority that says we want Dino Crisis, we want Dino Crisis.
It won't sell well.
The games come out and then it doesn't sell.
Unless it looks amazing.
We don't listen to you guys.
Unless it looks amazing. But yeah, I agree.
For it to look amazing, I feel like it would have to be like a Final Fantasy VII type of remake. For it to be like something that people didn't expect. Right?
Yeah, I guess. I play a little bit of that as well.
How far are you?
I'm still in the tad doing side missions.
So
go on.
Do you think your time from stepping away from it to beat Gears Tactics?
It's bad. Yeah,
it's bad.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely should have. It's one of those games that I'm like, I'm so early on that I'm like, maybe I start again, and just dedicate a full solid week to it, where it's just like, this week I'm beating Final Fantasy and I'm gonna get to experience all of its amazingness. But I was playing it and I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. But then again, I'm like, but I really enjoy the gameplay. I can't. It sounds so stupid. Because it's on PlayStation, I just can't bring myself to want to turn on the PlayStation. And that sounds so dumb. It sounds so dumb. Like, I have no excuses anymore. Like, I can hear it, I can stream it, I can anything. But I'm just like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I will be here before the end of the year, but I'm just not clamoring for it the way I want it to be.
Yeah.
But
okay,
that's just that, I guess. This week on the Dashboard Crash, we got a ton of news.
Wait,
let's get. Oh, God, what, do we miss one?
Oh,
please.
I don't have it.
Oh no,
it's on Twitter.
Next...
It was about Halo, and it was where we wanted to see the next Halo story arc go. Which I don't think either of us have an opinion on that.
In a good place. I want it to go in somewhere in a good place. I want it to be good. Was that a good answer?
That was an amazing answer. I think going in a good place, having Spartans in it is
obviously you need the Spartans.
Keep up with that.
Yeah, and the grunts. Don't forget the grunts.
Grunts. How could I ever forget the?
Unfortunately,
grunts?
I'm not a Halo guy. I'm trying. I've tried and tried. I've beat them a couple of times now. I just don't care. I'm a Gears guy. I like Gears. I'm Gears over Halo. Sorry.
Yeah, for me, it is just like I want a cohesive story that doesn't like smell like doo doo, and then I want good gameplay.
I enjoyed 5 though. I'll admit the bit that I played for like 5 hours of 5, if I'm not mistaken, the story, and I was like, this is fine. Like, I don't see what the big deal is. Like, why it's so hated upon.
5 was very boring. I didn't like the story. It just was kind of whatever.
Yeah, we're getting that from you. You don't like many stories.
That's not true. I like good stories.
Like what? Resident Evil?
Anything that's not Resident Evil. Oh, we could have this discussion.
Hey, let's get on to the news anyway. Phil Spencer says no delay expected for Series X, Xbox Series X, but game production is bigger unknown. Head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, has reiterated that the Series X isn't currently looking at any kind of launch delay, says it's, in quote, in line with where we thought it would be, end quote, but said that production of games themselves is, quote, the bigger unknown, end quote, amid the COVID-19 outbreak. Speaking with CNBC, Squawk Alley, is that right? Squickle Alley? Spencer made it clear that Xbox hardware development was continuing at somewhat expected pace. Quote, the teams are doing a really good job on keeping our hardware on track. On track. On the hardware side, we feel good about plans. There's obviously some impact to schedules, but overall, I think we're in line with where we thought we would be. End quote.
Yeah, I don't think even if there was any problems, they would be telling us.
I think so. I think they're transparent enough to tell us if it was going to get delayed. But there was rumors just came out that damn it, what's it called? AMD processors. They're ramping up production and stuff like that. So I feel like we're fine. I feel like we're going to get the console. I feel like we're going to get the console on time.
Yeah, I meant more so if like there'll be supply shortages. I don't think they'll tell us that yet. I think they'll hold off on that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's a weird one. I just feel like Xbox have been super transparent and super to the point lately, and their marketing's been near on perfect lately with its audience. That I don't see why they'd messed up. If they haven't got a lot of them out there, I think they will say, "Hey, we've hit a shortage," and they will let people know. I generally do think so, but could be wrong.
A few more months for them to even say that if they need to.
100%. 100%. Next up, Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest is his latest push to rally the industry. Back in February, when Jeff Keighley announced he would be bowing out of his annual role of hosting E3's Coliseum event, he was fairly certain he was in for a long break. And even when E3 was cancelled in March due to the COVID-19, he still figured he'd be taking several months off before taking the stage again for Gamescom Open Night Live in August. But then people started approaching him asking if he was doing anything, and as Keighley does, he began talking to publishers and to platforms and to fans at first. He says everyone seemed to think that there were essentially going to be a digital version of E3, but when it became clear that was no longer the case, everyone Keighley spoke to still wanted some kind of unifying concept for their unifying concept for their summer announcements and events. Quote, I found that it didn't have to be me on a shiny black floor stage hosting a show every day, Keighley says. It's more just like being a traffic cop to navigate all this for everyone and things line up. Keighley describes the Summer Game Festival as less of a single event and more of a Google Calendar for the industry digital showcase, game trailers, launches, in-game events, and free digital demos. He says it's not a forum, nor is it competing with other media outlets, not even with GameSpot and IGN, who are doing their own E3 subsequent events in June. There's more that goes on, but just it's good to see they've got big publishers like 2K, Activision, Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Blizzard, Bungie, CD Projekt Red, Digital Extreme, EA, Microsoft, Sony, Square Enix, Private Division, Riot Games, Steam, Warner Brothers, Interactive Entertainment are all confirmed to be participating, and more are expected to join in the coming weeks. So, there you have it. We've got another one, Crash.
Yeah.
I mean,
E3 could have killed it if they just decided to do a digital thing.
The more and more I think about it, it's like, what were they thinking?
Yeah, it was such a good opportunity for them to be like, but E3 isn't just about like how much you guys like the physical event, it's about the announcements. We're not going anywhere and all that.
But I think that undermines what they're trying to sell, right? Which is booth space, which is now people coming to the show, which is if they go digital, it then shows they don't need to have a physical space every single year.
Yeah. But I feel like Jeff Keighley doing this, and if this is a success, is worse for E3.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. It's just, it's a hard one, right? Because it's like, it's either you alienate your audience or someone else does. And Jeff has definitely come through and been like, hey, don't worry, I got your back.
Yeah. Which, we'll see how it works out. I think it'll be cool. I like the demo concept, them having demos. We'll see how many games have demos.
I do, but I just don't care. I always say that, right? Like, yeah, this is so cool, demos, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't care. Do I really want to play? To be fair, I do not go to these game events to play games. When I go to these game events, I don't go to play games. So maybe I'm in the minority in this one. Where, like, whenever I go to EGX Res or EGX, it's not to play games. It's to go see my friends. It's to network. It's to do everything else. The games just happen to be there. Where other people are strictly there to play games. So, a lot
of people are there to get opinions on games, and the best way to do that is by playing said game.
Yeah, I strictly play the Xbox booth. Like, I'll go there, I'll spend a day in the Xbox booth, and the other 3 days, I'm just walking around, bumping into publishers and talking, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is good. This is good. I'm happy there's more. It's interesting to see that now we've got, like, IGN doing something, GameSpot doing something, Jeff Keighley's doing something, Xbox have got their event, Square Enix are going to do something, Nintendo have said they're not doing anything now, so we'll just have to see, I guess, what is next.
It should be a long summer of games, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just so spread out, where that's my only... In a way, I'm happy about it, because it's actually better for me, where we're like, oh, reaction here, and a reaction there, and it's there, and that there.
7 in the... I don't have to stay up to, like, 6 in the morning or whatever to do.
And even view-wise, I think it's even going to be better. Like, my Assassin's Creed reaction now just did, I think, the 2.7k so far. It's like, yeah, this is going to work out better, probably for me, YouTube-wise. But I don't know, man. I miss, like, everyone being on top of each other. EA, and then we've got Xbox, then we got Bethesda, then we got... I'm going to miss that. But more power to them at the end of the day. I respect it.
I think... Even if they end up showing more game, like if we see more games than we would have in an E3 weekend, through this, it won't feel as big or impactful as an E3 weekend.
No, because it's not going to be a weekend, right? I think like one week we're going to get one bit of this, and next week we're going to get another bit of this, and that week we're going to get this bit and that. Like, I feel like everyone's being super shaky with the dates at the moment because they're scared of where other people are. Everyone wants to avoid each other. Xbox were the ones to come out like, hey, we're doing an event next week. Cool, get out of the way.
But so like, I was gonna say that they haven't announced their main event, but their main event will be next month inside Xbox whenever they decide to do that.
Exactly.
And there's no point in announcing the next one when they just announced this one, right?
Speaking of their next event, Crush, Xbox will be holding several Summer Game Festival events, and the Xbox Series X gameplay reveal won't be the only one, confirms Jeff Keighley. There will be several Xbox events held as part of the Summer Game Fest, Jeff Keighley has confirmed. Keighley announced the Summer Game Fest last week, revealing blah, 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 blah. In an Ask Me Anything session on Reddit, a fan asked Keighley if the Xbox Series X gameplay reveal this week is part of the Summer Game Fest, or if Xbox would also be doing something else. Keighley responded to confirm that Xbox gameplay reveal is part of the Summer Game Fest, but it's safe to say that they have multiple events planned inside Summer Game Fest. Quote, the Summer Game Fest creator didn't reveal what these events would be, but said Xbox will be sharing more this week. So, more events coming. I'm assuming they're just going to announce the next Xbox event at the end of this Xbox event. And he's going to count that as it, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine that's it. And then whatever this is, I'm sure that they'll be like, oh, you'll see more of this game there and whatever. Because
Exactly.
last time they had Inside Xbox to show more at.
Mm-hmm.
But this time they don't have Inside Xbox because the event will probably be Inside
Well, this
Xbox.
is, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
so, do you think that maybe if COVID weren't happening, we were going to get an Inside Xbox next month where would have been their big push for the American show? Or, oh no, because we would have had E3.
Yeah,
No, they still would have had E3, yeah. No, okay.
Yeah, E3 and then an Inside Xbox to show whatever games
Afterwards, they did the show afterwards, don't they? Yeah, got ya.
Yeah.
Next up, EA announces its digital-only EA Play broadcast in June. EA has announced that it will broadcast a digital-only version of its yearly EA Play showcase on June 11th, and will be covering the show live as an IGN Summer of Gaming event. So there you go. Beginning at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's midnight or 9 a.m. on June 12th for the UK. EA says the show will showcase games through a live broadcast, community content, and more. The company hasn't specified any games coming in the showcase, but we're likely to see the first look of its annual sports franchises, Madden, FIFA, and we may get a glimpse of that next-gen Battlefield game coming in 2021. There's also a small matter of Project Maverick, the mystery Star Wars game that seemingly leaked in March.
Yeah, I don't think we get Battlefield.
I do.
Now, if it's supposed to come out
2021, why not? Why not get the first look?
It's usually an end of the year release for Battlefield, correct?
I
don't think they hold that.
Well, it's before.
Year.
No,
like,
would you count as end of the year? No, it's before holiday.
October.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but like, I don't think they show it a year out in 2020.
Well, I think so. I think they should. Think about how we got the last Battlefield, which was I agree with you. It was announced too early. Battlefield 5 was announced early, and then we got it at EA Play, and then they announced the Battle Royale bit, and then they're gonna announce it definitely.
Yeah, but that came out the same year. That was still the same year.
Was it?
Yeah. Isn't this the first year that they're taking a year gap from Battlefield?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. That's the only reason I don't think we get it now is because there is that year gap. I still
think we get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything else I think is a sure end, which is weird though, because this is the strange one, right? So we're going to get a FIFA 21.
Yeah.
But the football season hasn't even ended yet. So we're going to get a Madden 21. We don't know if the NFL can even go on.
Yeah.
That's super shaky and super weird for me.
What are they supposed to do?
I mean, they're meant to delay these games.
I don't think so.
I mean, I think
because the games aren't tied to the actual sports seasons. They kind of are, but not really.
They are though.
People get them for the gameplay.
Are you actually? You're a liar. You're 100% wrong. You're 100% wrong.
Absolutely.
People do not buy FIFA for its gameplay. It buys FIFA.
People don't buy FIFA.
Go on.
For what? Because of how the season ended?
People buy FIFA, yes, because they want to see the team's new ratings. They want to see what new players come in January. They want to see. That's why they buy FIFA. They do not buy FIFA.
I don't think they buy it to see the new ratings.
You're 100% wrong. I'm in this community.
I don't think so.
It's about the ultimate team cards. Who got player of the season to see how their card has gone up. That is what FIFA is. It's same with Madden. Okay. Like the cover star is whoever wins the Super Bowl. It's like it's all based around what happened that previous year. That's why it's always a year in advance. So them putting out this game is going to be super weird. We're not even going to know who won the league. Maybe we probably should do by then, but it's going to be super interesting. And I think it's going to show even more if they haven't adapted its gameplay enough in Madden or FIFA. It's going to show so much more without an active roster update and things like that because of COVID.
Okay.
Your response is just okay.
What do you want me to say?
I don't want you to say anything, Chris.
Okay,
I don't want you to say anything.
What do you want me to do?
Microsoft gaming revenue flat in Q3 2020. The big news that come out of this big talk, Crash, which was during its earnings call, investors, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella revealed that there are now 10 million Xbox Game Pass subscribers, and that during the last quarter, the company set record levels of engagement with nearly 90 million active users of Xbox Live. Additionally, Xbox xCloud service now has hundreds of thousands of active users in the beta. So the big news here, obviously, there's numbers out there, you can go get them if you really want to. Talks about how much money they earn in Q4 and stuff like that. But the big news that I cared about was obviously the 10 million Game Pass users that we've been talking about it for a while. They don't announce numbers. We don't know how well it's doing, blah, 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 blah. This comes out. 10 million is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. I'd love... There's still more numbers we can get, but this is more than I thought we'd get. Like, we could get how many people play unique games on Game Pass, how many people play the small indie games that drop on it, and all that stuff. That would all be cool to know as well, but this is still them giving us numbers at all, I think is a sign of, like, how confident they are in Game Pass.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to know that it's doing well. It's nice to know that people, they're using it. How many, the thing, you're right, I would love to know. We're never going to get all this information. This is why they have this, but it's like, I'd love to know how many people are in there for $1, how many people are paying full price, how many people have played, which, excuse me, they have come out and said that, like, most people that play Game Pass try out other games. But I'd love to know, how many people play Bleeding Edge on launch? Like, I would love to know that information.
Yeah,
but we're not going to
be really interesting with Bleeding Edge how much people would stick to it if they had bought it as opposed to playing it on Game Pass.
You wouldn't.
People are less likely to stick. I know, I absolutely understand that, but it's like people are less likely to stick to a game that they didn't pay anything for than the game that they bought. So
the other way around, right?
What do you mean?
You don't think people are more likely to stick to a game that they paid for than they are with...
that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said the other way around.
If that's not what I said, that was...
I thought that's what you said. I thought that's what you said the other way around, but I might be wrong. But yeah, you're 100% right. If I put £25 into this game, I'm going to play it for probably about 25 hours and try to get an hour.
And if I'm not liking it, I will try and,
I will
really try to like it.
Exactly. Next one, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has free DLC revealed. A surprise DLC for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is now live, and it brings new cosmetics, a battle grid, a new game plus, and combat challenges to the game. This free DLC was revealed in a trailer from developers Respawn today as part of Star Wars May 4th celebration. The Jedi Fallen Order DLC unlocks cosmetics and new combat challenges that can be accessed through the meditation points. These challenges take place on different planets featured in the game, like Aluma and Kashyyyk. Yeah?
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I tried. I'm not going back, Crash, but you might. You love this game.
No. I'm never going back.
Never going back. Damn.
No,
Strong.
If they make a sequel, I probably won't even play it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. It didn't get on my top 10 list, so that tells you everything you need to know. Not that I think it's a bad game. It definitely got snited.
It's Star Wars.
I put Need for Speed Heat on there. Like, it definitely should have been on there, but
it's Star Wars.
You
can't make yourself
you can't force me to like it.
Like Star Wars if you don't like Star Wars.
I'll definitely still probably play it because got to talk about it on the podcast. But
true.
But I hear you. It's one of those ones where I'm like, cool.
Could do without.
I mean, more power to the people that care. I know Greg Miller cares a lot,
absolutely.
So shout out to him. I'm sure he'll love this, but I just don't care. Just don't care. Next up, Lord of the Rings Gollum. We spoke about it a bit earlier. First screenshots of the next-gen game emerge. The first screenshots for Lord of the Rings Gollum, the upcoming stealth action adventure from how do we say that? Daedalic, yeah, has emerged, scheduled for release on the PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC in 2021. We're told that this Gollum We're told that this golem wouldn't be based on Peter Jackson's imaging of the character. However, the screenshots which have popped up on GameStar show that it doesn't look that different after all. Slightly more cartoony quality to the screens that we've seen from Monolith's Middle-earth game in recent years. Most of the screenshots show the darker region of Mordor, but there are glimpses of a lush New Zealand green in there too. If you want to see this, go to IGN. They've got the screenshots up. They're worth looking at. They look cool. Obviously, it's not Monolith making this game, so I said that earlier. It was. I got that wrong. I apologize. But yeah, it looks decent. I don't know how. What are you like on Lord of the Rings? Is it your sort of franchise or not?
I like Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
I don't really.
That doesn't.
I don't really care for. I tried watching the first Lord of the Rings movie. It's way too long, man.
I've watched them all. Oh, you don't like films though?
Yeah, especially long movies.
Yeah, you definitely won't like. If you don't like films, you're not going to enjoy Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yesterday, which is a 2.5 hour Quentin Tarantino film. You won't like it at all.
Is the story good?
I don't know.
Okay, so then I want to like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was left with a weird feeling afterwards, like, huh? Is that it?
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to this game, but I'll probably give it a try. I'm not really into stealth games, as most people know. But we'll see. The screenshots do look good. I do have to admit. So, maybe. Just maybe. Top 10 games for this month, for the week ending in May 2nd. FIFA 20 is at the top, Animal Crossing number 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare number 3, Mario Kart Deluxe number 4, GTA 5 number 5, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order number 6, Luigi's Mansion number 7. I am doing these the right one. Yes, I have. Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 7 Remake number 8, Red Dead Redemption 2 number 9, and Forza Horizon 4 number 10.
Fix the reason that they're releasing FIFA 2021 on time is because FIFA 20 is at the top of this list.
Oh no, I understand why it's coming out.
I know,
but they're just dumb. They're just dumb. They're just dumb. They're just dumb. All right, Chris, I'm not gonna allow it.
They print money with those games.
I know, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. All right, Chris,
understand.
you realize I've not bought a FIFA game since.
I understand. You're the problem. I get it.
Oh, I'm 100% the problem. 100%. EGX Res has been cancelled, just so everybody's aware. I thought I'd put this on there at the end because obviously most of our listeners are actually American. But for the few UK people that listen to it and were hoping to come see me there, I won't be there because it's cancelled. They've postponed it. They tried to postpone the event until July, but due to COVID, obviously that's not going to happen. And now, effective immediately, it is cancelled. Anyone who bought a ticket has been upgraded to the big EGX show. I have not, though, because my ticket was cancelled because I was on press. So we don't know what's going on with us yet. We'll find out next time. I have to reapply and stuff like that. So we will see. We will see. Games with gold this month. V Rally 4 is available from May 1st to May 31st. Warhammer for 40,000 Inquisitor is available from May 16th to June 15th. Sensible World Soccer. No, because I was thinking of something else, but don't worry. It's available from May 1st to May 15th. Because what I was thinking of, there used to be this little football game, where it's so dumb. Like, you used to put a mat, this big football pitch mat, and it had little characters. I think it was called like Sabutio or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was called. But there was a ball, and like every player had like magnets, and you'd flick the move. Everyone like have a move each, and you flick the character and hit them on the head, and it would make the ball move. It was trash. It was actually trash. It was the worst game ever. But I'm pretty sure this is like a take on that game. So,
got it.
Overlord 2 is also available from May 16th to May 31st. Crash, nice long episode this week for people. I say that, it was an hour and 9. What you got to plug this week?
Twitch.tv/Crashnick.
Yeah! You didn't get it wrong. Well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I learned from you.
You're welcome.
While we were doing this whole podcast, I was just typing it out over and over.
Plugging this week, I'd say go to the My Xbox and Me YouTube channel. There are 2 Let's Plays up, 2 episodes of me and Crash playing Streets of Rage. Obviously, go to my Twitch, twitch.tv/mcfixer, at the appropriate time on May 7th for the Inside Xbox Watch Along. Crash will also be streaming it on twitch.tv/Kreshnik. You can watch his reaction as well. And then we will come together and we will talk all things Xbox after that. But yeah, someone's doing some work outside. I'm not sure if you can hear it. But until next time, I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.